Just minutes before the carriages rolled out at Royal Ascot 2025, Catherine's name vanished from the official lineup. No warning, no full explanation. Fans noticed instantly, and so did royal insiders. What looked like a quiet schedule tweak quickly turned into a spotlight moment that no one could ignore. The schedule shift that sparked immediate attention. In mid-June 2025, royal watchers were looking forward to seeing Catherine, Princess of Wales, attend Royal Ascot alongside Prince William. Her name was publicly listed in official carriage programs. Printed guides confirmed it. The appearance was expected. Then, with minutes to go, everything changed. Suddenly, her name was removed from the schedule. No fanfare, no real explanation. Just a quiet adjustment by Kensington Palace, paired with a brief line about her continuing recovery. One royal staffer reportedly whispered, "The change came so late, it took everyone by surprise." This wasn't just a missed engagement. This was Royal Ascot, one of the most formal and visible moments on the royal calendar, a place where William and Catherine have traditionally appeared together. So the last-minute removal, done without clear reasoning, didn't go unnoticed. In fact, it did the opposite. It triggered whispers, online threads, newsroom alerts. Why wasn't this addressed earlier? Why remove her name right before the procession? Fans weren't just confused, they were instantly suspicious. And within minutes, what started as a simple schedule change turned into something far louder. The Royal Ascot drop that everyone talked about. Royal Ascot is not just about horse racing. It's tradition, glamour, and public symbolism. For decades, royal appearances there have been carefully choreographed, especially when it comes to senior royals like William and Catherine. So when Catherine vanished from the lineup without notice, it created an immediate vacuum. Prince William still appeared, riding in a carriage with King Charles and Queen Camilla. That switch, noticeable and last minute, confirmed Catherine's removal wasn't just rumor. It was real-time change. Fans immediately jumped to social media. One user posted, "She was supposed to be there. Even the printed guides say so." People weren't just disappointed. They were puzzled. With no advance cancellation, this last-minute shift clashed with the image of a tightly organized monarchy. Royal observers began to question how something this significant could happen without warning. Was it health, strategy, or something else entirely? The absence didn't go quietly, it echoed, and the noise was only getting started. Palace gave a brief statement, but no full explanation. After Catherine's name was pulled from the Ascot lineup, the palace moved fast, but not with clarity. A short statement was released saying Catherine was disappointed to miss the event, but was prioritizing her recovery. That was it. No further detail, no video, no personal message, nothing more. For royal watchers, this wasn't enough. Given her recent return to public view after cancer treatment, many expected a more thoughtful explanation, or at least a warmer message. One commentator put it bluntly, "The palace went quiet when the public needed something real." The lack of detail only created space for rumors to grow. Was this related to her health? Was it a sign of something more serious? Or was it a deliberate PR move? No one knew, and the palace wasn't saying. Internally, insiders noted how different this was from previous engagements. Normally, every step of Catherine's public journey is carefully explained. This time, the palace chose a minimalist approach, and it backfired. Questions started pouring in, and speculation hit a boiling point just hours after the carriage rolled without her. Royal fans immediately noticed the change online. The internet noticed before the press even caught up. As soon as Royal Ascot's carriage list went live without Catherine's name, social media lit up. Fans across platforms shared screenshots of printed guides that still had her included. One tweet read, "She was supposed to be there. Something's off." Within minutes, the story spread. People asked the same question. Was this sudden or planned? Some pointed out that Catherine hadn't missed a public event so abruptly since early 2024. Others compared photos, timings, and even weather conditions, trying to guess what changed. Independent royal trackers, those who follow every update and engagement, flagged the removal as highly unusual. They noted how rare it was for senior royals to be pulled from major public events at the last minute without backup explanation. Even longtime royal supporters began posting concerned threads, not with anger, but with confusion. This wasn't normal, and the fact that the palace stayed quiet only deepened the unease. A quiet removal had become the center of a very loud conversation. Speculation about Catherine's health reignited. By the afternoon of Ascot Race Day, the online mood had shifted, from confusion to concern. Catherine had previously revealed her cancer diagnosis in March 2024, and by January 2025, she shared that she was in remission. Since then, her return to royal duties had been slow but steady. That's why this sudden absence didn't sit right. One royal fan posted, "If everything was going well, why cancel last minute?" The fact that there was no video message, no public reassurance, just a two-line statement, only added to the doubts. Observers recalled how carefully timed her past health updates had been. Everything was scripted. Everything coordinated. So the abrupt change at such a high-profile event raised new questions. Was her recovery taking a turn? Was her schedule too packed too soon? Theories spread fast. Many agreed. When it comes to Catherine, any schedule change triggers health concerns first. And this one, done so publicly and so late, brought all those worries flooding back. Some insiders said it was more than health. Strategy was shifting. Not everyone inside the palace believed this was only about health. Some aides began suggesting something bigger was happening, a strategic reshaping of Catherine's royal role. One former staffer reportedly said, "The palace isn't just managing recovery, and they're rewriting the pace." Since her remission was announced, Catherine had skipped several key engagements she would have normally attended before her illness. Compared to 2022 or 2023, her 2025 schedule looked lighter, more selective. Experts began pointing out a pattern: fewer appearances, shorter durations, and no high-pressure events unless absolutely necessary. The fact that the palace offered minimal commentary only fed the theory. Instead of defending the decision with a detailed health update, they let the silence speak. That alone hinted to insiders that this might be the new normal: fewer events, longer gaps, and a slower public return than fans expected. Whatever the reason, one thing was clear: Catherine's public rhythm had changed. And now everyone, inside and outside the palace, was paying attention. William stepped up and responded publicly. In the hours after Catherine's absence from Ascot, the spotlight shifted, and Prince William stepped forward. He shared a warm, carefully worded message on social media, congratulating winners and thanking attendees. It was upbeat, polished, and pointedly did not mention Catherine. That choice? Intentional. One royal reporter noted, "It was a deflection, a way to keep focus on celebration, not questions. Behind the scenes, aides had likely advised against drawing more attention to the sudden schedule change, but fans noticed the silence. Some appreciated the reassurance. His tone was steady, confident. Others felt it raised more questions. Why no mention of Catherine? Why avoid addressing what everyone was already talking about? Still, the move worked for some. William's calm presence gave the public a familiar figure to focus on, keeping the event running smoothly. But for many royal watchers, his silence on Catherine only confirmed that something had shifted. And it wasn't just for one day. Some say this could reshape Catherine's public role. Royal experts began connecting the dots. Since returning to public view, Catherine's calendar hadn't looked the same. Her engagements were selective, meaningful, and spaced apart. Missing Royal Ascot, a major social tradition, wasn't just about recovery. It signaled a possible shift in long-term priorities. One commentator noted, "This isn't just about skipping an event. It's about redefining what her role looks like after everything she's been through." And fans agreed. Online threads suggested Catherine might now be focusing more on health, family, and causes that truly matter to her, rather than keeping up with old expectations. Inside the palace, aides began referring to this adjustment as a values-based schedule. Fewer photo ops, more substance, and a slower, more intentional return. Whatever the palace's next move is, Catherine's path is no longer about appearances. It's about impact and protecting the woman behind the crown. Fans began comparing this to past royal schedule changes. Royal followers didn't just notice Catherine's absence, they started comparing it. During her treatment phase in 2024, she'd missed events, yes, but they were usually flagged ahead of time. This was last minute, unexpected, and much more public. One royal watcher posted, "We've seen her step back before, but never like this. The silence feels different." That gap between what was planned and what actually happened made this stand out. It wasn't just another missed outing. It felt like something more deliberate or more serious. Some began drawing parallels with other royal absences from the past, moments where lack of transparency led to long-term speculation. And in comparison, this quiet removal felt bigger, because it wasn't just what happened, it was how unlike Catherine it was. The contrast made one thing clear. This wasn't a small detail. It was a visible shift, one the public wasn't ready to ignore. The quiet removal now feeds a bigger royal narrative. In the days that followed, a pattern began to emerge. Fans and analysts realized this wasn't about one cancelled event. It was part of a bigger story, a new rhythm, a changing role. Royal watchers now study every added or removed event on Catherine's schedule with closer attention. And inside the palace, aides are reportedly adjusting to what one called a long-term pacing strategy. Her appearances may continue, but on her terms, shaped around health, privacy, and purpose, not tradition alone. One commentator said it best: "The loudest moment from Royal Ascot wasn't a speech, a dress, or a race. It was the name that quietly disappeared." Because in a world built on visibility, sometimes the quietest removals say the most. Catherine's sudden disappearance from the schedule wasn't just a missed event. It became part of a new royal rhythm. As her public role shifts, every appearance and absence matters more than ever. In the world of royalty, even the quietest changes send a message. And this one was loud and clear.